What's going on, guys? It is Random Man 3 here, and today I'm coming at you with a deck profile for my whopping top 4 locals I had last night. Uh, yeah, so I played Mekk-knight Invoked, and this is a deck that I really enjoy. I just started picking it up to play as fun, and it's actually working out quite well. Let's get right into the profile. So to start things off, we've got 3 Mekk-knight Blue Sky. Yeah, just pretty self-explanatory why it searches at least 1 or 2 Mekk-knights to redeck to your hand. For next up, we've got 3 of the Shifty Boy, Indigo Eclipse. Also pretty self-explanatory. He moves around a lot. Helps out with your Link monster too, so you can avoid some battles. 3, Purple Nightfall. Purple Nightfall, he can dodge like destruction and stuff by banishing himself or another Mekk-knight you target. Overall, really useful. The combo with summon blue, blue search out at least a purple, and then purple can pop off and banish itself and grab like an indigo or something. Then next, I've got 4 one-ofs. I've got the One Red Moon, Green Horizon, Orange Sunset, and Yellow Star. The reason why I play these 4 here is I absolutely dislike not having targets live for my Blue Sky. It's the worst possible feeling when you have the opponents have 2 cards in the column and you can't even search a Mekk-knight because you don't have enough targets. That's the Mekk-knight lineup. Now on to the rest of the monsters in the deck. We've got 3 Alistair the Invoker. He's your normal summon. You search like Invocation, and yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory there. Then we've got, I main deck this. This is going second, of course. 2 Giant Wrestler Prankletops. He's the modern day Cyber Dragon, as people keep saying. It forces out negates, pops a card. Also, just a big beater too, if you need it. Now for the hand traps, I play in the main deck. I don't play that many, surprisingly. I play 2 DD Crow. I figure it's a good meta call for the decks running out right now with between Orcust and Striker. Just banish the stuff that they want to bring back or banish themselves before they can activate the effect. Can throw them through a loop. And then 3 Nibiru. This deck really wants this normal summon with the Alistair Invoker. So Nibiru is also a really good thing there over Sphere mode sometimes. The only big problem is that big token it can create, but we have outs to that. Don't worry about it. That's it for our monster lineup. Now we're gonna go on to the spells. First things first, we have 3 Magical Meltdown. Add your Alistair. If you already have Alistair in your hand, it's Ash bait pretty much. Protects your fusion summons. We got 1 World Legacy Scars. I really like this card personally. We're playing set rotation in this deck currently. This is our second field spell that we can rotate out to. And if worst case scenario, if we even draw this, you can use this effect to discard a Mekk-knight or Legacy card, draw 1 card. Cycle through 1, and also get a Mekk-knight engraved to make your Mekk-knight effects live. Then we've got 3 Invocation. I've seen people want to play 2. I personally like 3 because there's nothing worse, I feel like, than when you banish multiple copies of this and not have a live Alistair anymore. Then we have 2 Instant Fusion. 2 Desires, because we don't want to be drawing multiple Desires off of Desires. 1 Book of Law. It's really good if you need that little extra damage to your game or something. Or you want to get out your Mecha and you only are able to summon something else. So you can just Book of Law something. 1 World Legacy's Memory, just to get out your Mekk-knights in your opponent's turn for little extra negation. 1 World Legacy Session. All these World Legacy cards are searchable off your Link monster. So it's another Monster Reborn, pretty much. And speaking of that, we have one Monster Reborn, one Set Rotation, your one of Terraforming, and then I still decided to play two of this. Two Super Poly. I feel like three is just a brick. You don't want multiples in your hand, because you also have the discard cost. But you could also use Super Poly away if you leave an Alistair in your field, or even the Alistair Link monster. And you can Super Poly away for one of your Invoke stuff on your opponent's turn with stuff that they summon on the field. So that's pretty handy. Next up, we've got the traps, because we play a few traps in this deck. I play two World Legacy Secrets. This is Call of the Haunted for level 5 or higher, pretty much. And if an effect that's activated, a monster effect that's activated in the same column as a Mekk-knight monster, that effect is negated. Not the activation, just the effect itself. So you can use this with your Shifty Boy and move them over to that column and negate said effect. And then the last one I've got only one currently, but I want to play this at two. One World Legacy Whispers. I at least want to have a second one of this in the side deck eventually. This basically adds 1,000 attack defense to one of your level 5 or higher monsters. So basically a Mekk-knight or one of your fusions, pretty much. And then in this one negates spell cards in the same column. So it's hate for Striker. It's hate for Pendulum. I don't like those Pendulum decks, so this card comes in really handy. Especially really nutty if you can open up one of these two and search the other one. It just says no to just about anything there. Alright, next up, we've got the extra deck. So first things first, we have one Link Karibo for our Link Karibo stuff. Protection by battle, pretty much. One Morning Star. I'm thinking about bumping this up to two. Personally, I just don't have another one. One Invoker of Madness. This is a card I feel like you only need one of. No more, really. I only maybe put off its effect once in a duel, usually. This is a choice I really like. Spectrum Supreme. It's a 3k attack monster that can attack directly. And it can't be targeted by stuff. One Borolo Dragon to get rid of problems or that Nibiru token. This deck does not have a problem with making Borolo at all, as you could expect. That's it for the links. They're onto the fusions now. Playing one Purgatrio, or as I like to call it lately, is if you any Pokemon guys out there, Galar Dugtrio. Just damage pretty much. One Rajin. We're playing two Mechaba. We're playing one Caliga. Never comes up too often, but when it does, it's there. It's also just an option to get rid of a Dark out of the grave. We got one Cocytus. I can say pronounce it. It's the water one. We're playing one Elysium. This card came in clutch for me in my tournament yesterday. I was against the Salmon Great Player, and he had brought out one of his Heat Leo. And I was having troubles getting over it at the time, because, I didn't have many options. But I brought out my Elysium, actually, and just beat over everything. Then we have one Starving Fusion Venom Dragon, one Mud Dragon in the Swamp, and then one Thousand Eyes Restrict for obvious reasons. Instant Fusion. Bring out Link Karibo. Take a card off the field, pretty much. So that's our main and extra deck. Now on to the side deck. This is ever changing. It's more heavily geared to my locals currently. This is what we got. We've got for the spells, two Cosmic Cyclone. I like this card. I don't like the cost of Twin Twister, and this banishes, so it's always a plus, and a Pendulum Skill's not going back to the extra deck or anything. We're just gonna banish it right away. And then we've got, for the traps here, we have, I played 2 Crackdown. Also came in clutch in one of my matchups. Take my opponent's monsters, beat them down with leaves for link fodder. 2, evenly match. This personally doesn't come up too often, but it's also the option for field removal. And then 1 copy of I Hate Pendulums. Imperial Order. Good stuff. I don't like pendulums, by the way. Next up, we've got the monsters. We play 2 Seer mode. In times where Nibiru is not going to be so helpful, like in the pendulum matchup with their negation that they can get pretty quickly. This is a really good option. And this deck doesn't always need its normal summon. With the Alistair, you can just play Mekk-knight at that point. So we have that. We play 2 Ash Blossom, 2 Ghost Ogre, and 2 Effect Failures for our hand traps on the side. I like to keep most of my hand traps on the side just because I don't know what kind of matchup it'll be, you know? So I can gear it in games 2 and 3 to what I'm playing against. And sometimes I like to go first with my Mekk-knight build and try and throw my opponent through a little loop. So yeah, that's been my Mekk-knight deck profile. Hope you guys all enjoy. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.